This shit's crazy, dude. Like, what the fuck? I'm actually incredibly excited for this game right now. When's this shit come out?
Change skills, items, or even directly operate the startup system yourself to shorten the time it takes to complete. You will have to defend the system by using all the countermeasures we have mentioned. Help your friends, cooperate with each other, and try to break out with as many survivors as possible.
So was there 1, 2, 3, 4? There's 7 people you got to fight against. That's crazy, dude.
Raider versus Survivors. Experience the overwhelming power difference in strength and prepare to enjoy the ultimate asymmetrical battle action in Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
I kind of want to watch it again.
Action game.
Like, I didn't get to catch everything. What's up, Miss RPG? Happy Thanksgiving. This looks sweet, bro. I would hella play this because I really like the Dead by Daylight idea, but I've never liked Dead by Daylight. You know what I'm saying? Dead by Daylight, if you think about it, it's been for the last 4.5, 5 years that game's been out. They really haven't done much innovation in that game. They keep adding new survivors, they keep adding new hunters, but you're still fixing generators at the end of the day to open the door to walk through whatever level you're at. So it feels, I don't know, not artificial. It feels archaic in a way where it kind of got old and stale, even when you give new maps, because it's still just generators. So a game like this actually kind of intrigues me a little bit, just for the simple fact that you are going to get something else, bro, besides like not being able to fight back against survivors and shit. You know what I mean? What up, Chemo? Happy Turkey Day, bro. I'm actually quite excited for this game right now.
The Breakers is an online asymmetrical action game about one of the most vicious antagonists from Dragon Ball against 7 ordinary citizens without superpowers. In the game,
looks pretty sick.
The vicious antagonist is called a Raider, and the ordinary citizens as survivors. Survivors of this game are from a group of ordinary citizens who do not have superpowers like Goku. Survivors are sucked into a mysterious phenomenon called temporal seam, which is a space where all the times and places are mixed together. What awaits them there is the threatful Raider. The player can choose to play as either a Raider or a survivor.
Happy Thanksgiving, bro.
The goal of the Raider is to defeat all survivors, while the goal of the survivors is to escape the battlefield while protecting themselves from a Raider. Survivors can escape from the battlefield by activating the Super Time Machine. In order to activate the Super Time Machine, they must protect the startup system, which appears in the middle of the map for a certain amount of time. If survivors are able to defend the startup system until the activation is complete, the power of the Super Time Machine will fix the temporal seam and allow them to escape from the battlefield. In order for the startup system to appear, survivors must first set the power keys. There is one power key hidden in each area. So the
DBZ Dead by Daylight? Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Location.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying it. There's just, it looks like there's so much to it. It's like they have the generator idea, which is this, right? If everybody sets this up, then the Super Time Machine fucking works. But there's also so many other things besides this. Like this, if this was a breakdown of the game system in Dead by Daylight, the fucking video would be almost over. You know, because it's a very simple concept. It's survivors and one villain or monster, killer, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But it's always the same kind of concept in that you guys are just fixing generators. And there's not really much you can do short of running away and throwing down pallets and flashing the zombie with like a flashlight. There's like, short of that, there's not really much, you know, the survivors can do. But in this game, it looks like they have a lot of options. Because this seems like this is the main mechanic of how you win. You want to do the Super Time Machine. But it also seems like they give the villains enough keys to stop that. So let's let it continue a little bit. And what up, Crab Legs? Happy Thanksgiving, bro.
The startup system. If the startup system is destroyed, survivors will not be able to activate the super time machine.
That's something you can't do. That's something you can't do in DBD, is like destroy the generators. You can take down the energy they've accumulated by kicking them, but you can't destroy a generator. You know, I kind of like this idea where it's like, hey, we're giving you multiple options to get out. It's not just like generator or a fucking hole in the floor. That's literally the only two ways you can escape in DBD. This is kind of like, all right, we got time machines, we got separate time machines. Like, there's multiple ways, so I kind of like that idea.
But the game will not be over yet.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of sick.
Beacons will appear on the map to call out the emergency time machine, and each player will have to try escaping. If you
Dude, they can hop on it. Do you see that?
You will receive bonus points in the game results. However, only one time machine can be called out at a time. Survivors can choose between escaping alone or escaping together.
They jumped on the side of it.
If the raider destroys the time machine even once, survivors will not be able to call out the time machine again. Also, if you fail to escape within the time limit, the game is over and the raider wins.
Crazy.
A raider can win the game by stopping the activation of the super time machine and defeating their survivors before they can escape the temporal scene. If raiders can defeat all survivors, then it becomes a complete victory. Raider doesn't have to necessarily defeat survivors, but the more he defeats, the higher points are earned.
I wonder what points do in this game.
The number of survivors will lead to stopping the activation of the super time machine. Take action efficiently. The Raider, with their overwhelming combat power, has a unique feature which allows...
Bro, those drawings are sick. That looks like hyperdimension kind of drawings of Cell. That doesn't look like the normal, typical stuff you usually see. That's definitely like hyperdimension shit right there. That looks pretty sick.
To evolve during the battle. For example...
This part is sick. I like this. It's kind of got that evolve kind of feeling to it.
Starts as a larva at the beginning of the game and evolves by absorbing survivors.
Bro, it's like caves and shit.
NPC civilians. Each time it evolves, its combat power and skills.
Okay, so what are these? Oh, is that how many power keys he has? So that dude is technically stronger. Oh no, that's level 3. So these two are technically on the same level. Your survivors can get power keys that power them up. Huh? What does it say? I wonder what fucking points are gonna do then. Is that gonna be like for like skills, or is it gonna be for like skin stuff? I wonder if there's even gonna be skins in this game, you know? They should though.
Turning it into an even
if they do anything like Dragon Ball Heroes, and Dragon Ball Heroes is basically, that's all that shit is Skin City. It's just a bunch of random skins, but it makes Dragon Ball Z kind of fun, you know, in that regard. So maybe they'll do that. Let's continue.
Or threatening enemy for the survivors. The Raider has active and passive skills that make it a threat to survivors.
Oh!
Active skills can be activated at any time.
Whoa! So you have shit like where you can just see where the fuck they are? This is gonna be hard for the survivors.
That make it a threat to survivors.
In my opinion, it should be harder for the survivors anyway. I always felt like in Dead by Daylight, like if the survivors really knew what they were doing, bro, they would just make fucking jokes out of the killers, dog. Majority of the time, you know what I mean? I knew this one, I was in this one game where this dude knew exactly the distance where he could have to walk to a certain spot and then be able to wiggle free without me being able to put him on a hook. Like I don't know how the fuck he fucking licked his finger in the air and was like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Then he was like in this corner, like doing like this. I'm like, what the fuck? So I sliced him twice. And instantly from there, he just wiggled free. And then he went back to the spot and just kept fucking. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't get this guy. Like, I'd leave you on the floor. So I kept like slowly grabbing him and letting him go. And then I just left him on the floor while I went to go capture the rest of his people and shit. But yeah, in like DBD, like survivors feel like they just always had the upper hand, even though they were like, you know, the killers and shit. And it just felt whack because your upper hand was just that you were able to be a little bit more elusive than them. You know, not that you could fight back or like really outmaneuver them.
At any time. There is a variety of useful skills, such as key detection,
that's tight,
which allows one to see the aura of the survivors, and also other skills to efficiently defeat and fight with it. Passive skills are
this is sick. This is gonna be tight, bro.
A continuous effect. There are various skills depending on the Raider, such as ways to accumulate the evolution gauge, and also actions that
I wonder how many raiders they're gonna have at the beginning. So you know you're gonna have Cell, Frieza, Boo.
Special attacks for each transformation form.
I'm trying to think of who else transforms.
Among them, the ultimate special attack.
Who else would they have?
Used in the final form, has an incredible power and attack range. Cell's perfect Kamehameha hits everything in a straight line, making it a move that can be used to great effect. Especially
dude, and it's one by big ass gigantic map, dude, with like sections. Like that kind of entices me too, because like DBD it feels like an arena, you know?
The startup.
That's crazy. It looks so crazy. I'm so down though. When does this game come out?
Although the Raider is overwhelmingly powerful, survivors are not unarmed against this threat.
Yes, that's the best part.
Countermeasures exist.
Look at this shit.
Survivors can also use active.
Whoop! Go back. That was meat. That was meat of information right there.
Survivors can.
Okay, so we got a grappling device. You get a smoke screen, Saiyan pod remote, change. Oh, you get the camouflage plus 11. I wonder what that means. I wonder what the plus 11's about.
Can also use active.
Wow, so you can put those 4 there, and then you get passive skills too. So you get the same thing like they do.
Skills.
Huh.
For example, the skill Saiyan
Man, that was a pig with floppy ears? Yeah, that's Oolong.
And board a pod that can land anywhere on the map.
He's in Dragon Ball. He's OG.
However, be careful because it takes a while to call out the pod, and also you will get damaged when the pod falls on your head. As another example, the skill change can be used to deceive the
That's
Raider's
Oolong's power right
by
there.
Changing into random objects on the map. However, you need to be careful as well, as it can sometimes turn into something completely unexpected.
That's kind of funny.
These
whoa, there's the grappling hook?
It will be difficult to escape the powerful Raider.
What the fuck?
Dragon change is one of the few ways that survivors
Oh,
can
so you can just change into niggas, bro.
Survivors can equip up to 3 Transpheres, a sphere that contains the souls of super warriors.
What?
Dragon change can be activated by collecting a certain amount of change power on the field.
Change power.
Allowing you to fight with the power of a super warrior for a short time.
That's so funny because they still look like them. They don't look like that dude. Did not look like Piccolo when he shot that shit. Did you see that?
Change can be
Watch.
By
let me see if I can get this shot.
Change power
bro, his grin.
Allowing you to fight.
Look at that. Look at that. It's clearly not Piccolo, bro. That's awesome. I really like that. I really like that.
The power of
I really like that.
A super warrior for a short time. However, the Raider's power is still overwhelming. More change power will be consumed. The form of the Raider that you can fight against is determined by the change level. When you fight, make your decision based on the power balance between you and the opponent. The timing of activating Dragon Change is very important. Whether you want to fight, flee, or go to rescue, use it strategically to get the most out of this ability. Various items can be used on the field, such as a weapon that can be shot directly at the Raider, vehicles that can move around the field quickly, and a radar that can search for the activation key. Utilize a variety of items and try escaping the battlefield. In addition, there are also Dragon Balls on the field. If you collect 7 Dragon Balls and offer them on the altar, Shenron will appear, awaiting to make your wish come true.
Wow.
Survivors can wish to increase the change level by 1 step for all survivors, or maximize their own change level to 4. Raising to change level 4 can only be done by wishing to Shenron, and once you power up, your appearance and power will be exactly the same as the Super Warrior for a certain amount of time. The final form of the Raider is of course incredibly powerful, but increasing it to change level 4 will be the only way to counter with equal power. Summoning Shenron is not mandatory, but it will definitely contribute to the victory of the survivor. It is extremely difficult to collect 7 Dragon Balls in a limited time. But by cooperating with your teammates, you may be able to collect them faster.
Damn, that's kind of cool.
But careful, the Raider can
happy Thanksgiving, yo.
Shenron. In this case, The Raider can only wish to either level up just one transformation form or to recover stamina. It is possible to sabotage each other until you get your wish, so don't give up your efforts until the end.
Wow.
In the game, it's possible to increase the chance of victory by cooperating with other survivors.
Right.
If you are attacked by the Raider, ask other survivors to come rescue you. If you are about to be defeated, and until the countdown reaches 0, your companions can mend your wounds until you are fully healed.
That's tight.
Don't forget to communicate. The signal feature is one of the communication tools to let other survivors inform each other about their actions, the location of the Raider, the location of items, and many other things. Make sure to use it.
Bro, I want to play this shit so bad.
Lastly, the defense of the startup system
What the
is one
hell?
of the biggest keys to cooperation. You can use Dragon Change, skills, items, or even directly operate the startup system yourself to shorten the time it takes to complete. You will have to defend the system by using all the countermeasures.
Dude, this is so sick. Think about it, bro. What is going on right now in this shot, bro? See, this is why Dead by Daylight is whack, because in Dead by Daylight, this is what would be happening in this. It'd be 2 people working on a generator and 1 fucking monster either chasing some asshole around the map or literally on these 2 niggas who are on the generator. But he's literally getting fucked up by a Vegeta equivalent right now. Like up top, right here, where they're blasting shots at each other, they're fighting because you're on his level for a second. You know? It would be the equivalent of you getting a gun chasing the fucking killer around in DBD. Look, like they are literally fighting up there. That shit is tight, dude. Look, watch this. Look, they're doing their thing. Watch.
You can use Dragon Change, skills, items, or even
right here, look. They're just fighting up top.
To shorten the time it takes to
so there's 7 survivors. There's 2 survivors right now fighting Cell. As the other 2 survivors are like trying to fucking access the startup screen so they can do the time machine thing. Like that shit's kind of cool. Yeah, this game seems like they actually thought of how to improve DBD. Right, where you're giving a lot more things to do. Because if I go around the map and there's shit to collect besides just generators, like that, if you think about it, like the shit that you collect on the map is like a flashlight or like, but it doesn't really help to the objective, right? Or help to really, it's tiny things that you can barely use over and over, right? It's not something to really change the tide of battle. This doesn't necessarily mean that you can defeat fucking Cell, but if 2 of you motherfuckers are strong enough, if you have a level 3 Goku and a level 2 Vegeta fighting Cell at the same time, it's going to be a lot harder for Cell to even come over to touch these motherfuckers who are over here doing what they need to do. And it was fun for both of the people who fucking went to go get the items to become those characters. You see what I'm saying? Like, I went around and I grabbed all the charge level power-up capsules or whatever the fuck it is. And for me to do that, then I leveled up. That's my endorphin release. That's my fucking, you see what I'm saying? That's my W inside of the victory we're trying to attain together. Whereas these guys are over here actually getting the real W, being the fucking, you know what I'm saying? That shit's fucking cool. I am low-key super excited. What the fuck?
You will have to defend the system.
Like, look, they're literally scrapping him.
Help your friends, cooperate with each other, and try to break out with as many survivors as possible.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Raider versus Survivors. Experience the overwhelming power difference in strength and prepare to enjoy the ultimate asymmetrical battle action in Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
Man, 2022? Oh, that's next year. That's so far away. I would love to see some fucking gameplay.